All right, before I create the course, and I'm going to do most of that in Google Drive using Google Docs and Google Slides and all that sort of stuff, there's one last thing I want to fix on my eLearn course before I go designing my course. You'll notice up here it says announcements. Now, this tool is a forum discussion that allows the teacher to make announcements to the students. The drawback is it's one direction only. Only the teacher can post announcements to the students. The students can read it, but they can't reply to it because this is just a one direction kind of a thing. So what I always do is I'm going to turn on my course editing button. I always hide that one because I don't want it. Sometimes, I mean, you can delete it, but sometimes after I delete it, for some reason, it magically shows up again, and I'm not entirely sure why. So I just hide it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, and I'm going to click all here. Here's all the activities and resources that you can use in eLearn. Eventually, as you find ones that you like, you can star them, kind of like favoriting them, and they'll show up in your list of starred events or starred activities and resources that you use frequently. But I'm going to click on all just so that you see what on my screen what you would likely to see on your screen. I'm going to click on forum discussion because I'm going to replace the given announcements tool with a more functional tool called forum. So I'm going to double click on that, and here it is. And this is where I'm going to put questions, comments, I don't know, questions, comments, and concerns. All right, right here. So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be used for, let's put announcements, questions, and comments. Let's do that. We don't need concerns. There you go. Announcements, questions, and comments. All right, so there's the title. Here is where I am going to insert some sort of description. This is where I will make announcements about this course. You will automatically receive an email each time something is posted here. Post your questions and comments here as well. Okay, so you might want to make it a little bit more fancy than that. And I like to select all and make it a big font right there. Boom, there we go. There it is, nice big font. And so now down here, there's a variety of forum types, forum discussion types. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this standard forum for general use. And what this does is it allows students to post their own questions and comments. It allows students to reply not only to each other, but also to me. It's just a general, super powerful tool to use rather than that announcements feature that comes with every eLearn course. Then I'm going to set up a bunch of things here. So availability, I'm going to leave it always available. I'm not going to limit some word count at this point. I am, however, going to say if somebody's going to attach something, they only need to attach one thing if they're going to. It just limits the amount of bulkiness that could happen here. Subscription and tracking. Here's the key. I'm going to turn subscription mode to forced subscription. What that does is that forces all my students to be subscribed to this forum, which means whenever there's a post, everybody gets to see it. I like read tracking, so I'm going to leave it as optional. Read tracking just helps the person, including me, know when there's a new forum discussion that needs to be read by me. All right, that's all that is. Discussion locking, I'm going to leave that turned off. I am not going to create some sort of threshold for how many questions a person can ask in a given length of time. I'm just going to leave that turned off. I am going to leave this as no grade. This is just an announcement feature, so I'm not going to have a grade, although I could if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Ratings. This is where students would rate each other. I'm going to have that turned off. And then common module settings, which anyway, you'll get good at this. I'm going to leave this as show on course page as opposed to hide from students. All right. Of course, I want my students to see it. Don't worry about this groups thing because we're not going to use that at this point. Restrict access. I am not going to limit any sort of access to this. And then tags and competencies we are not using in eLearn. So I'm going to click Save and Display or Save and Return. And here it is. So as I make announcements, I'm going to click this button and then students will all automatically receive an email saying that I posted a discussion or a comment or an announcement of some sort. Students can reply with questions if they want, and it all shows up right here, as opposed to you having a bazillion emails from students and then commonly saying the same thing to, in 3 different emails to 3 different students. Just have everything in a nice public forum right here. And then I'm going to go back here and click on my breadcrumb right here. I'm back to my little Farm Animals 101, and there it is. You can ignore this announcements thing because it's going to be hidden from students, and this is where all your announcements, questions, and comments are going to take place.